NASA's mission is to explore the unknown. There's more that we don't know that we do know. That's just the nature of the universe. In the search for answers, it launches its scientists into space, its craft beyond the limits of the solar system. Taking risks is part of making discoveries. Space exploration is like lighting a match and we don't know what lurks in the shadows.
Hey, what is that?
There could be anything out there. Apollo astronauts bring something unexpected back from the lunar surface. Is this organism terrestrial or extraterrestrial? A daring CIA mission unlocks the secrets of the Soviet space program. They're gonna find out by hook and by crook how a space probe was built, and a deep space mission discovers a pyramid on a distant world. Of all the things we thought we were gonna find on Ceres, it wasn't this. NASA's missions have uncovered disturbing anomalies.
Something received 3 or 4 out there. Oh, there are out there.
And it continues to perplex our finest scientific minds. These are NASA's unexplained files. An image from the Curiosity rover sparks worldwide controversy. Right there, as clear as the hand in front of your face, you can see the shadow on the left of the rover. Something is casting a shadow over the Martian surface. This looks like a human figure. September 2012. NASA's Curiosity rover is 1 month into its exploration of Mars' Gale crater.
We're interested in Mars because it's so much like the Earth. We're sending this very sophisticated laboratory to a place where there may have been life in the past. There may still be some evidence of that past life preserved there, and we have the tools to detect it.
The rover's array of 17 cameras photographs every step of its journey, and NASA publishes hundreds of these images online. One picture from a navigation camera reveals something completely unexpected. There's one crucial difference between this image and all the other images taken on Mars, and it's the shadow. What's casting that shadow? The photo goes viral, and the mysterious shadow provokes intense speculation.
There's what looks like a humanoid figure, a humanoid shape, a shadow, standing right outside the rover, and captured on camera. It is a very, very intriguing image.
NASA does not provide any official explanation for the shadow. Conspiracy theorists point to a leaked NASA document as a possible clue.
One of the things found was a spreadsheet which apparently was entitled Non-Terrestrial Officers. What other meaning could non-terrestrial officer have if not off of this planet? If they're not deployed on Earth, where are they? Maybe they're part of a permanent human presence on Mars.
Apollo 12 astronauts returned to Earth carrying an unexpected payload.
There is something alive on those cameras.
Scientists and astronauts struggled to explain the mystery. At the time, it was thought that space was an instantly lethal environment. Had they just discovered life on the moon? November 19, 1969, Apollo 12 becomes the second manned spacecraft to approach the lunar surface.
Dude, I got smoke out on the horizon out here. I got it too, but I don't know where I am yet.
Apollo 12 was the second manned lunar landing mission, and one of the goals of this mission was to recover hardware from the Surveyor 3 probe that had landed 2 years earlier, and see just what the lunar environment did to something that was exposed to the surface for that long. The 2 astronauts, Alan Bean and Pete Conrad, conduct a thorough inspection of Surveyor 3.
The thing they wanted the most was the television camera, because the television camera had metals in it. It had a lot of different materials, and they could then look at the effect of radiation, temperature change, and all this.
10 days after leaving Earth, the astronauts returned, carrying with them the equipment recovered from Surveyor 3. When scientists examined the camera, they find something disturbing.
Investigators took a look at this camera and sampled it for microbial growth, and surprisingly, got growth from one of 33 locations that they sampled. They find something alive on a camera that's been on the surface of the moon for more than 2 years.
The organism resembles a well-known Earth life form. The organism that was found was a Streptococcus-type organism, which is similar to organisms you've got all your body, and that when you're not feeling well, they'll take the opportunity to cause disease. A NASA probe in the far reaches of the solar system encounters unidentified light sources on a rock tumbling from space. There are lights shining from what is supposed to be a dead rock. No human craft has ever reached here, and yet, there are structures which defy explanation. This looks like a pyramid. March 2015. Nearly 8 years into its mission to explore the asteroid belt, NASA's Dawn probe approaches Ceres.
We're at the edge of discovery now. We're flying into the asteroid belt. We're gonna see what these objects in the asteroid belt are made from. It's our new frontier, the new place to explore.
When the first close-up images of Ceres beamed back to Earth, scientists struggled to understand what they're seeing.
The first images come back from that object, and we're completely stunned. In the middle of this gray field of craters and regular types of dust, there are these really bright lights coming from the surface. What's going on? We have no idea.
Bright white spots, much brighter than anything else on the entire series. As the probe passes closer to the protoplanet, further images reveal more lights. Scientists are still puzzling over the mystery of the lights when 3 months later, the Dawn probe sends back new images that reveal something even stranger. We found one other very strange feature on Ceres. It's a mountain 3 miles high in the shape of a pyramid.
This pyramid is all on its own. It's about the size of the Alps, but on a dwarf planet that's only 1/100th of the size of the Earth. This is like finding the Eiffel Tower on a golf ball.
An unusual feature on the side of the Ceres pyramid hints that the strange structure could be linked to the bright spots elsewhere on the surface. We also see stripes on this pyramid that are not as reflective, but still quite bright. At the height of the Cold War, the CIA hatches a daring plan to steal Soviet space secrets. It's like a classic heist movie, but the guys doing the heist are CIA agents. Can a high-risk, covert operation put NASA back on track in the space race? If these guys were caught, the damage to superpower relations would have been severe. October 4, 1957. The Cold War is about to enter a new and dangerous phase. The Soviet Union kick-starts the space race with the launch of Sputnik, the world's first orbital satellite. Even Kennedy acknowledges Russia's total dominance in space. Kennedy came out and said, "We can't catch them, they're just too far ahead." Panic and despair were getting deeper and deeper. This was a fatal trend that had to be reversed. The Soviets decide to parade their success in front of the world. In 1959, Russia sends some of its most modern spacecraft on a world tour of international trade shows. For the CIA, it's a golden opportunity.
You always want to grab the enemy's hardware, see what they can do. A team of human beings would actually have to get their hands on it and take it apart.
But Soviet security around the probe is tight. The Soviets clearly knew it was something that the CIA would want to see. And there was a 24-hour guard around the exhibit halls, and it was constantly watched. CIA agents managed to turn one of the exhibition truck drivers, who makes sure he is the last to leave the exhibition site, with the Lunik on board. They hijack the truck and then drive the truck into a salvage yard that they've rented just for this purpose. At dawn, the Lunik's handlers will conduct a stock check. Working against the clock, the undercover team conducts an in-depth examination of the spacecraft. They spent the entire night methodically taking apart the Lunik, photographing every part of it. An astronomer spots an unidentified object heading towards Earth. This object is coming towards us from deep space, and nobody really knows exactly what it is.
Its trajectory suggests it possesses some kind of engine. Looking at the path that this object is on now, it must have powered itself in the past. This thing is unlike anything we have seen before. Somebody built it, but who?
May 16, 2010. A telescope in the hills north of Tucson, Arizona scans the skies in the direction of the Leo constellation. An invisible force is pulling entire galaxies towards a single point in space. June 2001. NASA launches the WMAP deep space probe to gaze into the furthest reaches of our universe.
That is something so big that hundreds of galaxies are being forced in that direction. That's not supposed to happen. Many galaxy clusters were moving toward the same location in space, and that was not expected.
Something unimaginably powerful is moving the galaxies in one direction, overcoming the effect of the Big Bang. It's as they are being sucked down a giant cosmic drain. There is a lot more to the universe than we actually knew or actually even thought of, so who knows what could happen.